Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Ripto. Today I've got a different kind of video for you, and that is technical analysis. But not just any technical analysis, we're going to be looking at the coin calls that I made in August. Because obviously you want to know that if I'm calling these tokens for not financial advice but for what I'm investing in, we want to see how they're doing now. And we also want to check on them to see, are they doing as predicted, or are they really failing, or are they doing exponential? But the main important thing is you need to know how, for educational purposes, I invest in my portfolios and how I manage my risk. For instance, take the 4 alt tokens and coins above. If I was investing in them, I would put pretty much an amount in each that I thought was going to warrant doing a 2x or more. Because obviously when you invest in something, I only need them 50% of my investment to come good. And that will break me even or make me a lot more money. For instance, I'm heavily invested in Ethereum, but I have 0 in XRP. I'm heavily invested in Cardano, but I have a minute investment in Shiba, because that is weighing up risk to reward. So this is something you need to think about when you're investing. What would you invest in the most? For me, the safer tokens and coins. And what would you invest in the least? The riskier and shy and meme coins, because they will give you a better return than the safe coins, but at a greater risk. So you could risk, say for instance, $1,000 in Shiba that can make you 10 times more money than putting $1,000 in, for instance, XRP or Ethereum. But the chances of XRP and Ethereum dropping down as quick as Shiba are not as good. So this is what you have to look at when balancing your portfolio and spreading your money into the asset. So let's have a look at the technical analysis, and let's have a look at if my coin calls came true, if my predictions were right, or I was chatting BS and I got it totally. So if you want to find out what's happened in these price charts, stay tuned and let's get into the video. So before we get into today's awesome video, I have to say anything you see, hear or choose to ignore in this video is not financial advice. I'm no financial advisor, and this bad boy is here for your educational purposes only. All the technical analysis, investment, or anything that I do in this video is all stuff that I do myself and I look for, and it's here for your education purposes only. So with that bit out of the way, we're going to get straight into the charts because we've got a lot to go through. And first of all, we're going to shoot into Shiba. Boom. So as you can see, Shiba Inu's chart is still set up for how I did it in the Shiba Inu video that we did for one of the calls back on the 9th of August. So as you can see here, we looked at Shiba Inu and it was producing this descending triangle to hit the support here, have a bounce, go to higher highs and hit the resistance here. Now Shiba Inu has been playing out absolutely perfect to this kind of resistance area here. Now, as you can see, we called it on the 9th and Shiba Inu was having a bit of a boost. Now, we know that we like to buy at support, sell at resistance if we want a quick trade, or buy at a key support area and sell when Shiba goes to higher prices. Now, let me just tell you quickly about technical analysis and how it works for those that don't know or are new to the channel. And then hit the like button, bash the subscribe, tickle that bell notification if you can be bothered. So obviously we find key areas. Now, the key area here for Shiba Inu doesn't just come from this kind of candle here or where it was bouncing here. As you can see, if we go all the way back to previous kind of resistance and support areas when Shiba Inu was on a downtrend, this was a key area then that found a lot of momentum and was one of the most kind of volume areas that you can't see, but trust me, just off the screen. Then Shiba Inu went to its lows and sort of bounced and went sideways in its key area here. But now Shiba Inu is on the rise and it's had this nice ultra volume. You can see that it's trying to make new grounds and it's gone from its key low area, it's smashed through its mid area and has turned this nice resistance into support. Well, now that support's going and we're broken out of this descending triangle, Shiba Inu is absolutely trying to go higher. And as you can see in the charts here, you can see it's tested the support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times on a 4-hourly candle. So as you know, the more times something's tested, the weaker it gets. So if Shiba Inu carries on this momentum and you brought in on the 4th around about here, or you waited for the dip, because obviously, as I said on the video, we never buy at resistance, we always buy at support. So you would have had 1, 2, 3, if you're conservative, 4 chances to get in Shiba Inu at this kind of support area. And now Shiba Inu is repaying its investors by shooting up and testing this resistance. So now we're just waiting for Shiba Inu to break this resistance, shoot up to maybe these kind of levels here, where you've seen a lot of price action in the past, maybe even get to this kind of area here, and then it'll have a retracement, turn this then resistance into support, put a confirmation in, then start bouncing to higher kind of targets, which would be for Shiba Inu around about the kind of 889, 890 space up here. So this is the area, if Shiba Inu breaks this, that we're expecting it to play in. So for me, your best bet was to get in here when we done the review back on the 9th. But if you haven't, then pure confirmation would be wait for Shiba Inu to break this, come back down, test confirmation, then would be your buying opportunity then for a Shiba Inu to go to higher highs. I'm not going to be as silly or as optimistic as say we're going to the moon, but we're definitely going in an uptrend in the right direction. But again, like I said, leave a comment below, let me know what you think, and we can look at this at a later date to see how we're getting on with this as well. So now I'm going to jump into my token number 2. Well, it's actually an altcoin number 2. Let's jump straight into Ethereum. Boom. So as you can see, and it'll come as no surprise, Ethereum is pumping. And when we did Ethereum, it was part of 4 coin and token calls that I did back on the 7th of August. So 7th of August would have been around here. Now, obviously, as you can see, this at the time was the support area on the 7th of August. And you could see Ethereum was having its major pump. And it came back down. So we would have had this support area on the 7th of August. And we wouldn't known any of this price action here. But what we were saying is we needed to wait, and you can go back to the video, you needed to wait for Ethereum to find ground of resistance, because as it was already pumping, you cannot buy at resistance. We always say we should buy at support. And Ethereum, even though how massive it is, how kind of unpredictable it is, didn't let us down. Because as you can see here, we called this out on the 9th, it had it pump, it found its resistance here at 3,109. And then went higher on a little bit of a fake out. Then it had a massive rejection here at 3,170 and sort of went all the way down back, just touching to the perfect dollar, this support area down here. So this would have been your confirmation, sort of what to buy. But the tricky thing is with Ethereum, and I'm just going to tell you facts and stats, is that Ethereum here would have done what's called a fake out, because obviously you would have seen this, you've seen it come back down, bounce, that would have been your getting area here. Now, obviously you may or may not have got caught out here. If you're conservative, you would not have got caught out. If you're a riskier trader, you would have got caught out, but you would have known that this area here would have been the resistance, because it would have got rejected there, come back down, found this area here. To be honest, you probably would have brought in around about this level here at 3,080, gone back up, confirmed it, got rejected, and fell all the way back down here. Now, if you're a hodler, it doesn't matter, you'd be in here. But for the key investor, you want to see a confirmation of a bounce and then dollar cost average on the way up. Because there was no bounce and dollar cost averaging on the way up, you would have seen that it was on a downtrend sinking to obviously the support levels. Now, this then would have proposed a problem, because obviously this confirmation candle here would have been my get-in. But if you're new to trading and you're waiting for a confirmation of a bounce, this kind of candle here would have been quite erratic. You would have had to drop down all the way to probably about the 15-minute chart to do a get-in. And it would have presented itself with an opportunity here, because you would have seen the confirmation of bounce. This candle here, you would have brought in around about this level and caught this big, massive run all the way up. A technical analysis guy or an avid trader, quote unquote, on the 7th of August, you would have just brought in at around about this level here, or you would have just waited for maybe this drop here or here. These would have been your kind of buying areas here and here. So you would have either done 1, 2, or 3. And then obviously Ethereum's all the way up here now, making massive gains and profits. But let me know what you think. This is just doing brief technical analysis of what's happening with the tokens that I called. So that's my technical analysis on Ethereum. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we could certainly have a look at them, and I'll try and answer as many as I can. But because we've got a few to get through, let's jump straight in now to XRP and see where the charts are saying, and did we get XRP right? Boom. So here we go. Here's a chart for XRP. Now, if you were following me on the socials and you've seen the video of XRP, you've seen that I had to put an announcement out there that my video, due to editing reasons, didn't come out till the 10th, but we charted it on the 9th, around about these areas here. Would have been around about here. So we charted it on the 9th, but this was the support area here, and this was resistance. And we've not changed anything. You can go back to that XRP video on the 10th. It's very fresh. This was the price action we were saying that XRP would put in if it was continuing to rally. Now, obviously, if you looked at the video on the 10th, you would have been buying in around these areas here, because obviously we don't buy at resistance. We only buy at support. Support we showed you on the video was around here, and it got rejected from the resistance and shot all the way down here. So this probably would have been your confirmation here. So you probably would have brought in either this level here, or probably this would have been a key level, especially on with the video coming out on the 10th, or this level here. Then obviously XRP had a price rocket. Now this has always been their price target here of XRP, because this is where we thought XRP would get to, with obviously having the ultra volume, having the bullish news. We did show the news on the channel, and this was what we was engaging, because if you have a look at this here, this is the distance between here and here. So we put that, we'd want it to have another leg up, and we thought probably XRP would come to this area here. Now, if you have a look, if I put that to where XRP went, and we just put a line at the top of that, you can see that here, 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 and here, we had a lot of price action at what we predicted would XRP would come. Now, this is just purely through charting and technical analysis. We have absolutely nailed XRP to the T. We took this kind of level here and here. You can have a look on the video. I've not changed anything. The video has been up since the 10th. Just pop over, like there'll be a link in the videos, and you can see where we predicted it would shoot to. It done all the price action here. The price target is smashed through. Obviously it's done a little bit higher, but like I said, we can't get the top and we can't get the bottom. But for me, considering we was buying XRP around here, it has absolutely done astronomical gains to the target areas we predicted. We predicted a lot of price action at the top of this, and we predicted a price target here. So we would have been investing here, hit our price target. If you're in XRP, definitely be taking profits now. Obviously don't cash out all your position, but take profits now, because there could be a bit of a rollover, because this has been going up that strong to this level here, or maybe even this level around about here. But this to me will be strong support, because there's been a lot of price action. So maybe just take a little bit of profits and then look to get back in XRP if XRP is your bag. But for me, and again, leave a comment below, let me know what you think. So I hope I helped everyone out with this one. I hope I've made people a lot of money, because that's my game. I want to be in this to give you facts, stats, and information that you probably don't know yourself in order to make your gains. I want you to be eating steak dinners from now on and not beans on toast. So please, obviously trade with caution, but also let's have a look at these things and see if we are right. So with that being said, I've got to move on quickly because I've got a couple of others to do. We're going to jump straight in now to, okay, here we go with Cardano. Now, those that are in crypto and been following the bullish news and stuff will know Cardano has absolutely been tanking it. It's been doing phenomenally, moon rocketing. Now, I charted it. The video came out on the 7th, but I charted it on the 6th. And as you can see here, this was the support and resistance area all the way down here at $1.40. And we were saying Cardano could go to like $1.50, $1.60. And obviously to look at these key areas. Now, like I said, I'm heavily invested in Cardano. So I watch this chart every day. And I'm always looking for good entry points. And I did have a good entry point down here for Cardano. This was my buying area because I had a lot of confirmation in this area. After this low here and it pumped and then went sideways, this was my confirmation area down here at $1.30. And then when I charted it, I was charting this support and resistance area here. And I was saying, wait for this to have a confirmation, have a kind of rejection, pump. So you probably would have seen this as kind of the confirmation here. So this would have been, if you followed my education from my altcoin and alt token kind of video, this would have been your buying area here. And you would have got absolutely massive opportunities to buy in at support. And then it would have rallied. Then hopefully you hodled, because obviously it was not really, you were doing well here. You would have been a little bit underwater here, but not too much. And then we always knew Cardano was going to do well. And it absolutely moonshot all the way up here now to like $1 kind of 80 near. And this, we got absolutely right. We were buying in consolidated low areas where there was a little bit of volume going on. But then we had, I'm going to move out here a second, all the way back. Then we had all this ultra volume here. Look at this. And boom, this would have been making everyone astronomical gains. So definitely got Cardano right. Those of you that are already invested in it or got into it based on the altcoin course around about these areas there, virtual R5 to you because you're in massive gains. Where do we see exit point now quickly? Well, you can see Cardano's kind of range now because this is only on the 15-minute chart. We're going to go to the 4-hour chart quickly. And you can see Cardano's absolutely moonshot up and hasn't really found any kind of solid area compared to what it was pumping at. So for me, I would be putting in this line here because I'd be looking at confirmation here, confirmation here, confirmation here. And it has sort of got I'll zoom this in a little bit for you. I sort of got confirmation here. So for now, this is closing on support. So this could be a time to take profits off Cardano, maybe. Or if you're a bit of a riskier trader, you could wait to see if it turns this resistance into support. That wasn't it because my computer's a bit slow. Sort of does this, breaks it again, turns this into support and then goes up. Because as you can see, we're teetering on the borderline of this support now. And we had a rocketed up, which means if people get a bit itchy and edgy and want to take out profits, they're probably going to fall back down to these two levels here. And this is a bit of a drop. This is not too bad, but this is what you need to look out for on Cardano. But virtual R5, if you got in on the video kind of call, which was way back down here on these support levels, you would have cashed in on all this ultra high volume here, and you'd be well in the black with Cardano now, and you're definitely buying steak dinners. So let's jump into my neighbor Alice. Boom. So now we're going into the bonus token, my neighbor Alice, at the request of a few of my loyal subscribers. Now, I did this video all the way back on the 4th, but I charted it on the 3rd. So we would have been looking around about these areas here, because obviously I've not changed, like I say, I've not changed any of this stuff. I'll always do support, resistance, and then I've done what's price kind of action things if we didn't get rejected. So these would have been put in a lot later because obviously the resistance is here, the mid here, and the support's here. So if you followed obviously the education that I was showing before, I charted it on the 3rd. So we would have been buying around these areas on the 3rd. And this is the confirmation of the support. The video I did on the 4th did show Alice shooting up a bit, but it got rejected at this mid-level here. and you would never buy at this kind of resistance. So you would have waited for it to go down support, and you would have had 1-2 opportunities on a 4-hour candle, so nearly a whole day, like 8 hours, sorry, a whole half a day, 8 hours to buy at these kind of levels. This would have been a massive confirmation. Bounce off support here, gone back up, put in a decision candle here. This would have been an ample opportunity to buy into Alice. Then you would have shot up, hit this mid area perfectly. Look at this dollar cost averaging this mid area here. Then you would have shot down and you would have been underwater, and you probably would have been thinking, oh my God, what's going on here? Or you would have probably thought, it's hit this area, I'm selling at support, and at resistance, and I'm going to buy back at support around here. And if you did, obviously you would have only been underwater by about this much. If you had diamond hands and believed in Alice, because obviously NFTs, everything's going up, and obviously Alice is a gaming token, NFTs, so it had a little bit of a fake out here, a little bit of a drop, and then shot up. Look at this, absolute phenomenally shot up. Now from our charting, you would have got these kind of gains here if you was in it for the quick book. If you was in it for a little bit of longer and thought, you know what, Alice is going to shoot up quite a bit more, you would have brought in about $12, and you would have been selling out around about $14-15. And you can see it had this massive ultra volume candle, went back up, and now we're having a bit of a rejection. We've just broken this, what obviously it says resistance here, because like I said, this chart's back from when I did the video, but this turned into support. It's just broken its support, and it's coming down to these levels here. So I could just move this up and show you. It's coming down to this key strong area here. So you can see, because we've got this bounce, and all of this price action from here. So this could be kind of an area that Alice wants to put into new support. But for me, I'll be watching this area here. But it did shoot up. We did get that token right, that call, because obviously I'm not a magician. I didn't get all these right because I'm someone special. There's a lot of good technical analysis people out there. I got it just because that's what the charts were saying. There's a lot of bullish momentum in there. Crypto was on a bullish run. There was good news coming out, and the price charts were saying, look, Alice had all this interest here, had all this ultra volume. To me, it was inevitable it was going to touch this higher price, sell down, because people just wanted to cash in on the profits. It found its midway here, trading sideways, and I pretty much thought it'd go up because obviously it was in a bullish momentum. We had the fake out here, which is the bulls liquidating the kind of bears, the people that are sort of FOMO, want to sell out, wants to take all your money. So they sort of crash it down to this level here. You can see they dump because they would have known everyone would have been in at this support area. So they literally manipulate you, cash down here, liquidate all them kind of stop losses and the bears, and then bang, they go shooting to the moon. And obviously I want everyone to always check, research, look into price charts. Even though I'm showing you stuff here, just put these charts up yourself if you're going to throw a bit of money in there and are an avid investor. We covered all this technical analysis. Let me know what you think, but smash that like, smash that subscribe, typical that bell notification. And as always, trade safe, trade smart, and don't get wrecked.